Baseball taking on the ALJ Crusaders. I'm Jacob Metchboard, joined here by Joseph Vitala. How you doing, Joe?
Doing great.
Ryan Florick with us on the board. So an exciting UC baseball team this year. I've started the season 4-4, some ups and downs. Joe, how did they get going here versus ALJ?
I mean, we've seen past success from the UC team. We know that what they can do. We know their potential. There's a lot of potential on this team. So I think they're a little bit in their heads maybe. I think they're thinking a little too hard, 4-4. So, just get out there, play the game, and do what you know what you're doing.
So the center fielder, Rob Gallagher, leads off here versus Union Catholic senior Nick Pellegrino on the mound. This one's chopped to second. Throw on to first is in time, and one away. Quick out here for Pellegrino. This Union Catholic pitching staff, again, like the rest of the season, up and down. Seen some great, but I think we've seen more great than we have seen struggles, Matt. Or Joseph, excuse me. We've seen a lot of good stuff. Ryan Conlon, Noah Sosa, and Pellegrino. The three of them have pitched really well this season.
I mean, just looking at their stats, the biggest highlight is probably Ryan Conlon has not even a 1 ERA, a half a run. That's just crazy.
Insane. Here's Sean Patterson, second baseman for these Crusaders. This one's on the ground to third, or short, excuse me. Throw to first in time. 2 quick outs for Pellegrino.
Sitting them down quick.
Catcher here, Justin Debb. This one's popped up and caught, and that'll do it. A quick inning for Pellegrino. Sorry, I'm writing the lineup in here as we go. So, quick inning, 1-2-3 inning for Pellegrino. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back here with the bottom of the first. And we're back here with the bottom of the first. Chris Wilson, center fielder, leads off for the Vikings. against a good pitcher in ALJ, Stephen Vigliotti. Joseph, tell us about him.
16.1 innings of work. He's got a 1.71 ERA and 11 Ks.
Strong pitcher on the mound here is Wilson. Takes outside for a ball. Union Catholic lineup here. Bit different than we've seen so far. Pitch to Wilson here. Cut on and missed. Go through that Union Catholic lineup in just a minute. Wilson, the DH today. He's hitting for the left fielder, Ryan Jonquilla. Pitch to Wilson. Takes it low for a ball. Pitch hit sharply and down the line. Looks like he was snagged by the first baseman. Nice play over there. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Nick Anderson. Anderson to transfer into this Union Catholic squad. Offensively, Offensively, the Vikings having some struggles here early on in the season. Anderson, a guy that we know can swing the bat, but hasn't really got it going as of yet. The guy that stands on deck is really one of the two that have got it going. Mikey Pellegrino hitting about 500 right now. This one hit sharply by Anderson into left. Thank you, Ryan, for going to right. It happens. But he's out. Brings up the third baseman, Mikey Pellegrino.
Chopped to third, throw over to first, and he's out.
Both pitchers work 1, 2, 3 innings here. Take a short break. Be right back with top of the second. Rafael DeRocha leads off here for the Crusaders as he hits it sharply to Quinn at second. Play is made. Excuse me, I read the lineup wrong. Quinn is in center field. That was Anderson at second. Pitch from Pellegrino. Takes it high for a ball. Dan Matroka, the DH, hitting for the pitcher. Takes it for a called strike. 1-1. The 1-1 from Pellegrino just upstairs.
Right, you got another headset. Yeah. With the mic. Throw in my 2 cents once in a while.
Matroka works the walk here. First base runner against Pellegrino. Oh.
Definitely.
Pitch from Pellegrino. Called strike.
Come closer.
Pitch from Pellegrino high upstairs. So Joseph, if you're Pellegrino on the mound here, obviously you want to lead your team to a bit of a bounce back here after a tough loss versus New Prov. So what's the approach? How does he do that here today?
I mean, well, he already walked the runner on first, so I mean, obviously, you know, the whole point of the game, you want to limit as many base runners as possible. I think he should try and get early, ahead in the count, early in the game, set him up to go deep in this game.
It's Vin Salento, third baseman for the Crusaders. Swung on, hitting the air to right. Coming over Bevensey, and he makes the play in foul territory. Nice play. That's what you get with that speedy outfielder out there in Ryan Bevensey.
We couldn't see it off the bat, but I would imagine he had a really good jump. You got to get a really good jump on a ball like that. You get a good read, and then you just hustle. You just run to the spot and then put your glove up at the last moment. That's a really good catch going into foul territory with the fence approaching.
Shortstop for the Crusaders, Brody Golbin stands in.
Not all about speed in the outfield. Speed helps, but it's the read you get, off the bat, jumps.
Golbin takes, called strike.
The angles you take to the ball.
And the pitch from Pellegrino. Called strike 2. A scoreless first for both sides here. First base runner of the game was walked, and here's the pitch. He called strike 3. Pellegrino works around the walk. So that'll do it here for the top of the second. We'll take a short break and be right back with the bottom of the second inning. Back here with the bottom of the second, and Adrian Rojas, first baseman, stands in for his first at-bat as a Viking. And Mr. Areno, this is a big-time player for these Vikings.
Heard great things. First time seeing him in the batter's box. We'll see him pitching. I believe he's got to start Sunday night against St. Joe's Metuchen.
First pitch to roll, or second pitch,
Oh,
he
yeah.
lines it up the middle for a base hit. Nice way to start off your career.
You know, I love that because that's his first at-bat, and you have your first at-bat with your new team, and the inclination is to just get up there and try to just rip one. You know, here it's tough to hit a home run because of how deep it is, but just to absolutely, unload on one and rip one. But nice base hit up the middle, and that's a good approach. It's impressive.
Nick Pellegrino stands in here. Nice play by the shortstop. Gets the force. Goes down as a fielder's choice.
Yeah, I really think that shows a lot because, again, I mean, you get it too. It's your first at-bat, and, you've been waiting to play. I mean, what is it? It's April 19th. Opening day was April 1st. So he's eligible to play this first game. So you're just antsy and ready to go, but just a nice, easy approach, square it up, hit it up the middle. It's a good job.
Catcher Braden Morrison stands in. Chops one over to second, and it looks like it gets through. Pellegrino to third. He's in there safely. Vikings with runners on the corners here.
I'd say that was a nice throw. Good job by Pellegrino going to third, but nice throw there. One-hop throw, use the turf.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. It looked like...
It was a little squibber.
Yeah.
Had a little swim there.
Give that an infield single. And here's Greg Valoria, the shortstop. So Morrison on first. Another guy has a lot of talk around his name. Coming into the Vikings squad, ranked as one of the best freshman catchers in the state by NJ Athletics. So first and third here for Union Catholic as Valoria takes called strike number one. We see Coach Coletti change it up a little bit here. A lot of times we see Valoria leading off towards the top of the order, but drops him down to 7 here. Hopefully trying to get this team going a little bit. Check on the runner at first. Back safely.
Got to put the ball in play here. Get this runner in from third. Runner takes off.
Pitch from Figliotti was high, but throw down not in time. Stolen base for Morrison.
So that takes away the double play. No, he's coming off.
Oh, courtesy runner.
Okay, that's interesting.
He is the catcher.
So he had him in there to steal the base and then puts in a courtesy runner when he gets a second. Interesting. I'll have to ask Coach Coletti about that strategy later.
Valoria takes.
Trying to think back if Coach ever did that before. I want to ask him the thinking on that.
2 runners in scoring position now for the Vikings, second and third. Valoria at the plate. Takes called strike.
Well, I guess Morrison he views as a good base stealer, so he takes the bag and then he puts in the courtesy runner who has some speed, and then get Morrison off to get ready to go catch. I mean, I can see it.
Big lead for the runner off second. Pitch to Valoria, fouled back.
So Johnson now has brought their infield in with 2 strikes. So they had him back. Now with 2 strikes, they bring the infield in.
Valoria hits it in the air to center. Makes the play. Pellegrino tags. Throw is offline. Vikings score first here. It's 1-0 Union Catholic.
Good job by the courtesy runner to get to third base. Who's the courtesy runner?
That is Santi Alvarez.
Good job. he went and tagged up, and as soon as he saw that throw was going home and the throw was offline and missed the cutoff man, he went right to third base. That's a big deal, with all the space behind home plate here at UC, runner at third base. I mean, that puts pressure on the pitcher and the catcher.
Goes down as a sac fly and an RBI for Valoria. Brings up the center fielder here, Aiden Quinn.
So Coach Coletti's strategy looks good there. You get the stolen base from Morrison, and then you said Alvarez, and smart base running. Coach knows his personnel.
Quinn chops it right back to the pitcher. Throw on the first is in time, but the Vikings strike first here, leading 1-0 after 2. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back with inning number 3. And we're back here for inning number 3. Vikings lead 1-0. Sac fly from Greg Valoria. First baseman Thomas Huff will lead off for the Crusaders. First pitch, ball here.
To 8-9-1 for Johnson.
Pitch is high there, 2-0. And there for a called strike. So Pellegrino on the mound. You take a look at his season, about 5.40 ERA, but he's had a tough draw with the opponents that he's had to face. Had to face Elizabeth, now facing ALJ. So he's faced some really good teams. So seeing those stats, not the worst thing in the world if you're Coach Coletti. He's coming up in the big moments. Kept them in that Elizabeth game. It was a game that they lost in the 7th, excuse me.
Is this his third start?
I believe so.
I saw his first one against SPF opening day here. That was a good start.
Yeah, so I believe this is the third. Yeah, so SPF, Elizabeth, and ALJ, 3 very solid teams. This one fouled off.
Yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock in that ERA. It's 2 games.
Yeah. And this one misses outside, and he works the walk. Leadoff runner on for the Crusaders.
That's something you don't want. 8 hitters up. You walk the 8 hitter to lead off the inning. Now bounce back, attack the strike zone.
It's Anthony Minetti. Left fielder.
Where's the bunt?
Pellegrino fields. Flip to Rojas in time. Runner advances to second.
I know it's a 1-0 game, top of the third. You got your 9-hitter up. I get bunting there. I'm not opposed to sack bunting. I think there's times, but I still say it's early in the game. Like, I don't want to give up an out. Like, I think from a UC perspective, I say, thank you for giving us the out there. Yeah. Like, they get a runner in a scoring position on the top of the order, but still, like, for UC, like, I look at that as a gift. Like, all right, you just gave us an out. I'll take that.
Rob Gallagher, the center fielder, stands in. He's 0 for 1.
I mean, yeah, I don't like sacrificing the out right there too, because you look at ALJ as a team, they're only hitting 183 and a 229 slugging. So, you know, are
hitting 183 as a team?
As a team. And most of their hitters, they got a couple guys hitting. They got 2 people hitting over 400. Everyone else is hitting below 260.
You know, and I don't know the speed of the runner that's now on second. If that runner has speed, you could try to steal the bag. You know, things happen. I don't know if the 9-hitter could, you know, is a hit and run candidate. You know, you get a pass ball, wild pitch. Like, I don't like giving up the out on a sack bunt unless it's really a situation to do it. And I don't think in the top of the third, even in a 1-0 game, that's the thing to do. That's just my philosophy. It doesn't mean that ALJ's coach is wrong. People have different philosophies, which I think is a great part of baseball.
Pitch for a ball there.
I used to think that as a coach, you know, what does the opponent think? What's the opponent going to think if you do this or do that? So, you know, if you're just giving them an out, are they going to say, hey, thanks for the out? You know, but if it's something that's going to put pressure on them, then you're more inclined to do it.
There's another walk here. The runners on first and second, both reaching on the walk. Sean Patterson, who's 0 for 1, second baseman, stands in.
And it's hindsight, but Pelly just walked the leadoff hitter in the lineup, the third hitter of the inning. You know, so 2 walks. You know, if you don't bunt there, I mean, you know, maybe this is an inning where he's struggling with his control and, you know, walks the previous hitter, and you have first and second, nobody out with the leadoff hitter on. Again, that's hindsight, but just another factor to consider.
Pitch is outside.
Pelly's just got to take a deep breath here. You know, you start to feel the pressure. Take a deep breath. You know, runners on base, slow the game down, and then challenge.
So this one fouled back. 1-1. First and second here. 1 out. Pitch from Pellegrino. Just outside.
Greg's got it. Is that Greg at shortstop?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to get back. He's holding the runner, but that's leaving a big hole there at 5-6 hole.
And here's the pitch.
And they have the shortstop holding the runner on. A lot of times you have a right-handed hitter up, you have the second baseman hold him on. Sometimes they both work in and out, but I just think Greg's got to, if he's going to hold him, he's got to get back more to his right.
One cut on and miss, strike 2. Full count here on Patterson. Fouled back.
So you got a full count, 1 out. I mean, I don't know Johnson's personnel well. I don't know if this particular batter puts the ball in play a lot, but if he does, I'd go 3-2 double steal.
And he swung on and missed. Pellegrino with the strikeout.
Good thing they didn't double steal.
2 away here, and that'll bring up Justin Deb.
You know, like if you get a you gotta be careful with your lead. But if you get a nice lead, nice jump, very unlikely now with 2 outs to do that though.
Pellegrino deals, and it's hit sharply but fouled back.
Especially with your 3-hitter up.
Leads the team in RBIs.
So Anderson is holding now. He's watching the runner. Second baseman. Those are little things in the game. Like the last hitter, the shortstop, who was also a right-handed hitter, but now they got the second baseman, so they're expecting this hitter to pull.
Pellegrino steps off. Chases that runner back.
It's a good job. Just the inside move there and keep the runner honest. Buy yourself some time and now lock in on the hitter.
And the pitch. Hit sharply but fouled. And the pitch from Pellegrino. Drop third strike. Throw down to first is in time. And that'll do it for the inning. So 2 Ks in the inning for Pellegrino. Works around the 2 walks. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back here with the bottom of the 3rd. And we're back here with the bottom of the 3rd. Ryan Bevensey, the right fielder, stands in. Bevancy hitting 9 today. Had a good season last year, hit about 300. Committed to go play baseball at Ursinus College.
Is that in Pennsylvania?
I'm not sure.
Pennsylvania rings a bell. Ryan, could you maybe look that up?
Collegeville, PA.
Bev takes time here.
Definitely not a guy you want to let on base. Speedy guy.
He's quick. Takes called strike here.
I like Coach Coletti's thinking with the lineup having Bevancy ninth, so he serves as a second leadoff hitter. So you get him on, then you turn the lineup over, you get to the top. That's an old school strategy. You don't see that too much anymore.
Pokes one in the center, and it's caught by the second baseman for the out. Takes us back to the top of the order. And Chris Wilson. Wilson the DH today. Normally see him patrolling center field, so it's half the day off here. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Pitch upstairs for a ball. Fouls this one back.
Looked like he took a pretty good swing on that 1-1 pitch. Now you go into 2-strike mode, covered plate. Look to go the other way. You gotta have that fighting mentality with 2. Just stay alive, get to the next pitch.
Pitch to Wilson. High foul ball.
Just stay alive, keep fighting. More pitches you see, the more the pitcher is prone to make a mistake.
Keep fighting, and maybe the pitcher just gives up and just gives you the walk. Just take the base at that point, you know?
That's another good swing. Chris is up on the plate, which is good. Take away that inside, or at least try to.
And the pitch misses outside. This one chopped foul.
These are the kind of at-bats you love as a coach. You got it's your leadoff hitter, but any hitter just fighting. That looked like a pretty good pitch, something off speed. He fouls it off, and you just stay alive. And it gets frustrating for the pitcher. I mean, the pitcher from their end has to bear down, but Wilson keeps fouling him off. You know, and eventually the pitcher is going to make a mistake, and then you capitalize there.
And
right
this
there.
one lined nicely into center, and it drops down for a base hit. Perfect at bat there for Chris Wilson.
See, that pitch was left over the plate, and he took advantage of it. And that was set up by the prior few pitches where he fouled off 4 pitches, stayed alive, and there's the mistake over the plate, and he hits it up the middle. Did a nice job staying back, not trying to do too much. That's a great at-bat from Chris Wilson.
Nick Anderson stands in. Check over on Wilson. He's back safely. Anderson, Pellegrino, and Rojas. This one popped up. Center field, or right fielder comes over and makes the play. First time. We see it from behind. I have to make this disclaimer every year.
Bring back the Post-it notes.
Nope.
Eli and Felix, if you're out there watching, listening, Jacob just said left field when it was right field.
Mikey Pellegrino stands in here. Ryan did it before too, though.
That's true.
Pitch to Pellegrino. Hits sharply right to short. Plays it off one hop. Throw to second in time, and that'll do it. So after 3, it's 1-0 Vikings. We'll take a short break and be right back here with the top of the 4th. And we're back here. Rafael DeRocha stands in for his second at-bat. He's 0 for 1.
One of the few players on this team to have an extra base hit. Only 3 doubles on this entire team.
Pitch from Pellegrino.
Is that the actual pronunciation, DeRocha?
I believe so.
That's a great baseball name. Leo DeRocha?
Joe, you know who that is?
Goodness gracious, no.
Probably the backup catcher for the 1966 Red Sox.
He's pulling out the baseball reference page, I guess.
So,
Oh, he's definitely from the
well, I'm a little embarrassed. Wait, I got a play going on.
This one into left for a base hit.
So DeRocha is on. Great baseball name. It's different spelling. Again, if that's the right pronunciation of his last name. So, continue with the game, and I'll jump in.
Dan Matroka stands in, the DH. Swings at the first pitch he sees. It's for a strike. Takes a called strike 2. Throwing chop to second. Anderson Fields flips to Valoria on to first. It's a double play. Good plays all around and a good scoop at the end by Rojas. The Vikings turn 2 here. Joe, what a play there.
Yeah, great play. He didn't even take it out of his glove. He just threw it over to him.
Vin Salento, third baseman, comes in. Comes up to hit.
So I had to look up Leo DeRocha. I'm a little embarrassed because my memory just isn't as good as it used to be. So I knew he was a manager of the Dodgers.
Chopped up the middle, over Pellegrino's head. Anderson fields, nice throw, but Rojas tries to get the tag.
Good job by the batter going down and trying to go for the slide, seeing that the ball was going to be off the line.
Brings up Brody Golbin, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Go ahead. Tell us more about Leo.
Yes, I thought he was a manager of the Dodgers. I knew that. But then I remember him being with the New York Giants, and he was. He managed them, too. Then it says he managed the Cubs and the Astros, which I didn't know.
Cool 45s.
And he was a player manager for the Dodgers. They used to have player managers.
Interesting.
And he started his career as a player with the Yankees. I didn't know that. He played for the Reds, Cardinals, and Dodgers as well.
This one fouled off.
That was bounced.
Got foul. What happened?
It was bounced.
Oh, my bad.
Runner advanced a second.
My apologies. I was looking at the book.
DeRocha's in the Hall of Fame. Figured that. Posthumously elected in 1994.
Showing a ball here. This one hit sharply but fell. Runner on second here. 2 outs. Golbin standing in. Pitch from Pellegrino. Hit to Anderson at second. Fields on to Rojas, and that'll do it. After 4, it's 1-0 Vikings. Take a short break here and be right back. Adrian Rojas stands in here. He's 1 for 1. Hit the ball right up the middle his first time up. Takes that one. Called strike. Oh, and a ball. Chop to short. Shortstop can't make the play. Throw to first, not in time. He reaches there on an E6. I'm going to bring up the pitcher, Nick Pellegrino. Grounded into a fielder's choice. His first time up. And we'll see him visit here from ALJ coach.
I think one thing you see on the turf fields is the infielders. I mean, it's easier on turf because you get all the good hops as opposed to the grass and dirt fields. But the infielders tend to stay back on the ball because you don't have to worry about bad hops. But I think that's a dangerous game because the more hops you get, you wait back, the runner gets down the line, and you're not attacking the baseball. So I think the shortstop right there should have came to get the ball. You know, again, even though you're on the turf, you're like, oh, I'm not going to get a bad hop. I still think it's a good practice to come get the ball and try to field it on a minimal amount of hops. Because just the more hops you get, even on the turf, the more you're prone to something negative happening. You get back on your heels, you get it in between.
That'll bring up Nick Pellegrino here. And one out, a runner on first.
Especially on the left side. You kind of get away with it more on the right side, second base, first base. But left side, again, even though you're on the turf, come get the baseball. It's better to attack it.
Pitch to Pellegrino in there for a called strike.
It's a great frame.
Catching's really changed. I mean, baseball's changed so much. You see the catchers, they start with the glove down on the ground, they come up. I still don't understand that, but that's the new thing now. You notice that when you watch a major league game?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really
And that one gets foul.
drastic change.
I mean, catching in general has changed a lot. You used to see, like, way back then, they used to keep their arm in front, and then it changed with Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer kept his arm behind. Johnny Bench had his arm in front. You know, it's just changed a lot, the game.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes.
Pellegrino hits this one high in the air. Left fielder coming over, but it's the center fielder that makes the play. And Rojas will make his way back to first.
Yeah, it looked like Pellegrino gave that a ride. I don't know if he got under it a little bit, kind of tough to tell on the monitor, but he drove that one. Looked pretty well, but center fielder was there, tracked it down, took a good angle to the ball.
Here's the catcher, Braden Morrison. Infield single his last time up.
Yeah, see how the catcher puts his glove down to the ground?
Maybe it's so. I'm thinking, like, you know, like, if the catcher's already set up right there, maybe the runner on base would, you know, give a sign or something. Oh, he's gonna throw outside, inside, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joseph. But what they used to do is you just put the glove up late. I mean, you don't give away the location until the last moment.
Throw on the runner, and it gets over the first baseman's head. Rojas is going to take second here, and they're going to wave him over to third. So a bad throw from the catcher, and Rojas moves all the way over to third base. So Morrison now with a runner in scoring position.
Johnson bringing their infield in.
With one out here.
Definitely got to do it at this point in the game. Bottom of the fourth, middle of the game, but you're down a run. It's a low-scoring game.
Morrison takes high. Takes a called strike.
Good spot with the fastball. I still think the best pitch is a well-located fastball. I know that the analytics people would disagree.
Pitch. Morrison hits it sharply to second, off the second baseman's glove. Rojas will score. And it's 2-0 Vikings.
That's a good job by Morrison. You put the ball in play, infield's in, so batting averages go way up when the infield's in, and he gets rewarded. Put it in play. I think it was like 2 hops. Second baseman tried to make a backhand play. Got a glove on it, but it goes into the outfield. So that's nice situational hitting, and the Vikings now have a 2-0 lead.
Here's Greg Valoria, shortstop. Shows bunt, gets it down, but foul.
Just good situational baseball by Morrison. It's so important that you know how to play the game situationally. It's a good job, good swing, good approach.
So Coach Coletti elects to send Alvarez out to be the courtesy runner here at first rather than second last time. Poked foul by Greg.
Now I'm really going to have to ask Coach Coletti his thinking. I mean that in a curious way. Coach does a great job. We talk a lot of baseball, so we'll talk at some point, maybe later tonight or tomorrow. But
So it hits second. Flip on to the shortstop. Throw to first, not in time. No fielder's choice. Brings up Aiden Quinn, who's 0 for 1, the center fielder today.
see if he puts Valoria in motion here. Get a runner to second base and scoring position with 2 outs. I would think Coach Coletti's going to be aggressive in the situation. Not saying he'll go first pitch, but I think he'll go at some point. There he goes.
Valoria takes off. It's popped up. Right fielder coming in to make the play, and that'll do it. But the Vikings get a run on a couple errors from the Crusaders. We'll take a short break after 4. It's 2-0 Vikings. We'll be right back. And we're back here. Thomas Huff stands in. He walked his last time up.
Huff's a baseball name, too. Not as famous as DeRocha. Remember Aubrey Huff? World champion with the San Francisco Giants?
Nope, I have no clue what you're
Sure.
talking about.
He was a more recent player. He was on the Giants teams that won.
10, 12.
I don't know if he was on all
14?
three of them, but he was on, I think, a couple of them at least. Yeah, they won 10, 12, and 14. You don't know Aubrey Huff?
No, don't know Aubrey Huff.
Now I'm curious.
Was he a reliever that pitched 11
No,
innings?
He was a position player. I think an outfielder. I think a left-handed hitter.
Aubrey.
See, I get fuzzy on the details, but I remember Aubrey Huff.
So I can't spell Huff, I guess.
I think he played for the Rays, too, at one point. He was a good major league player.
Swung on and missed there.
Lefty, throws righty, 2-time World Series, Silver Slugger.
Silver Slugger. I mean,
Really?
He had a good career.
It's kind of passed around.
What was his WAR?
20 and a half.
Yeah, that I don't really care about. The
What do you
analytics,
mean?
the analytics people do.
Warsh tells you everything.
Not really.
It really does.
Oh, he didn't play for Tampa Bay Rays. He played for the Devil Rays.
Oh. Same thing.
He also played for Houston, Orioles, Tigers, and the Giants.
Another walk here for Huff.
Yeah, I remember the Orioles. Yeah.
Anthony Minetti, left fielder. Stands in.
For 10.
Fouled off. Who's over 10?
Anthony Minetti. Drove in 2 runs, though.
Looking for that first hit. Here's the pitch.
Got away from him.
Gets away from Morrison. Runner takes second on the wild pitch.
Do they have WAR for high school baseball now?
We could probably calculate it.
Definitely just cannot calculate it.
Why not?
No thanks.
Because the formula for WAR is different depending on where you go.
What do you mean?
So if you go on Baseball Reference, they have their own formula. If you go on Fangraphs, they have their own formula. If you go on Baseball, so yeah, it's.
What isn't that the problem? Batting average is batting average. It's just one formula.
Shows bunt, pulls back,
Nice
gets
play.
away from Morrison.
Good play by Morrison. That was a tough stop for him. That was a nice job. Good reaction.
Here's the pitch to Minetti. A ball. And this one's outside, so back-to-back walks here off of Pellegrino. First and second, no one out for Rob Gallagher, center fielder, and here comes Coach Coletti. Let's talk it over with his senior captain.
It's a situation you come out and give the pitcher a breather, let him take a breath, give him a few words of encouragement, and then he's probably going over something defensively as well, looking for a bunt. But I think the main purpose always here is just give the pitcher a chance to take a breather, regroup, and then lock back in and pump the strike zone.
First and second, no one out here. Pellegrino in some trouble.
And in game, you don't really want to give mechanical advice. I mean, occasionally maybe, but you try to stay away from that. It's more the mental side and just taking a deep breath. So Johnson's down 2. They got first and second. Nobody out top of the order.
This one gets away from Morrison. And now runners in scoring position here. Pellegrino struggling to find the zone.
So UC's bringing the infield in here.
And that one, another one outside the zone.
That's another good play by Morris. 'Cause I believe that was a fastball. It's not always easy to tell on the monitor, but it looked like a fastball. It's tougher to block fastballs. When it's a breaking ball, something off speed, you're anticipating blocking it, but you don't do that with a fastball. So that's a good reactionary play.
And that one outside the zone. 4 straight balls here for Pellegrino. 3 straight walks. Bases juiced.
So now Valori is going to come to the mound and talk with Pellegrino.
Sean Patterson, the second baseman, stands in for ALJ.
I wonder if Coach Coletti will get somebody warming up. I mean, after 3 consecutive walks, you at least start to think about that. But you have your senior leader on the mound, and Pelly's plenty capable of bearing down here, working out of this jam. You just got to relax and lock it on the zone. Just pump the strike zone.
Misses there. There's a called strike.
I think for the Vikings, if you could get out of this 1 run or less, that would be really good. You know, if they get one run here, you know, you'll live with that. Bases loaded, nobody out. Just don't want this to become a big inning, a crooked number. I think the Johnson runner in a second, he can get off more with the infield then.
Here's the pitch. Misses in that same spot.
Just got a challenge now. Can't nibble, just got a challenge.
And the pitch from Pellegrino. Hitting the air to left. Play is made out there. Runner tags, and
Oh, what a throw!
1 run will score.
What
Over
a
to
throw!
third, and he gunned him out.
That is an incredible throw.
What a throw out there from the left fielder. That's Ryan Jonquillia out there.
What a throw by John Keelia. Oh, what a play.
So a double play here for the Vikings.
So that's an inning changer and quite possibly a game changer. I mean, you go from bases loaded, nobody out. You're in a jam. They do score a run on the sac fly. But John Keelia had the wherewithal to throw that to third base, not trying to throw it home. You have no chance to get that runner scoring. He throws a one-hop throw, uses the turf, a one-hop, a long hop right there. Third baseman applies a tag. That's a phenomenal play. And I'll say it after this pitch.
Runner takes off for second. Throw from Morrison, not in time.
The Johnson runner absolutely did the right thing. The runner did nothing wrong. The runner went back, tagged up. I didn't see his jump off of second base, but he did the right thing going back and taking off from third. You definitely go and try to get to third base there. You get to third base with 1 out. But, I mean, hats off to John Keelia. That's a phenomenal play.
And this one hit on the ground to Anderson. Throw to first in time. What a play by Ryan Jonquillia to get his guy out of trouble. Crusaders walk away with 1, but the Vikings still have the lead here. Take a short break, and we'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th. Ryan Bevensey stands in. Hits it sharply in the left. It's a base hit. That's what he does.
I like the way Bevensey plays baseball. He plays hard. He plays aggressive. I like his approach at the plate. He's athletic. Brings a lot to the table. And going back to that play that John Keeley just made, what a play. I mean, he got himself in position. He makes the catch, gets himself in position to throw. Again, he didn't try to throw home. I mean, there's no chance of getting that runner, but he knew he had a chance to get the runner going to third. It's a great play.
Check on Bev at first. Takes off for second. Throw down. In time. Good play by the catcher there. Not a lot of times do we see that guy get gunned out. Justin Deb.
I like to call a run there. I didn't see what type of jump he got. I mean, if you don't have a good jump, you don't have to go. And then you just tell coach, because sometimes the coach is like, why didn't go? You say, hey, I didn't have a jump. But again, I don't know what jump he was able to get there. But it was a nice throw by the catcher. Catcher got rid of it quickly.
Here's Chris Wilson. Fouls it off back. Hit sharply and threw for a base hit. Chris Wilson with his second hit of the game.
And if you're Coach Coletti, and I know the way he approaches it, he'll continue to be aggressive. Just keep being aggressive. You know, get a runner thrown out, okay. You know, Wilson now on first base, he has speed. You have Nick Anderson coming up. Just stay aggressive. Smart but aggressive. Apply the pressure on the defense.
Check over on Wilson at first. First base coach Ben Steele.
I mean, that's something I really like about almost this entire UC team is that even if they get a single, it's almost I'm not gonna say it's guaranteed, but it's almost always they're gonna try and extend that to a double, you know, with the steals.
So Nick Anderson at the dish, 0 for 2. It's popped out twice. This one hit short. Throw to first. Not in time. Might have bobbled it over there. Doesn't get any outs. Anderson reaches on the air.
But again, shortstop has to come get the ball. You know, you wade back. Again, you're on the turf. You're not going to get bad hops, but you got to come get the baseball. I mean, you got the runner advancing down the first base line.
Here's Mikey Pellegrino. Came into this game 10 for 20 on the year, hitting .500. A phenomenal start for the sophomore. Takes that one in from there for a called strike.
Because then if you do bobble, you have no chance of getting anybody. If you come get the ball and bobble, you still might have a chance.
It's sharply to third, and it gets through for a base hit. Wilson around to score. Anderson to third. He's out. But the Vikings do score one. Mikey with the RBI double there.
Yeah.
Here's Adrian Rojas. So runner on second. 2 outs.
So the Vikings went with the double steal there. Runners are in motion, and then Mikey Pellegrino got the base hit. The run scores.
Anderson hesitated, though, in between second and third.
Yeah.
Rojas gets around on this one in the left, and it's going to get down on it for a base hit. It's going to roll all the way to the track. Anderson will score, and Rojas is going to stop at second. It's an RBI double for Adrian Rojas, and he's got 2 hits in his Viking debut. Excuse me, Pellegrino will score. What a start for Adrian Rojas in his Viking career.
You can tell he's happy out there at second base.
And this is a guy that's just been waiting to play. As this one now roped down the line by Nick Pellegrino, but a nice play over there in left field. Left fielder Anthony Menitti with a nice catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Vikings get 2. Currently 4-1, they lead over the ALJ Crusaders. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back with the top of the 6th.